Hello, friends. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And it would be help if you could hear me. Now you can hear me. Sometimes I don't want to hear anything, so I had it on mute. Welcome, friends, to Cosmic Connections. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, beaming into you from someplace in Western New York, where we've had gray skies and cold temps, but apparently the weather's going to transition shortly. I certainly hope so. So, how's everyone doing post full moon? We had a beautiful full moon. It's going to look full tonight. The full moon was in Scorpio. And, as with all full moons, we try to become more illuminated, and then we can do what? Discern something new. And then we can talk about it during disseminating cycle, the phase right after the full cycle. So tonight, friends, I want to talk about not just the full cycle. We talked a little bit about that last week, but also next Wednesday, which is Beltane, one of the cross-quarter days on our solar calendar, the halfway point between spring and summer. It's May Day. May 1st is when we have the fourth quarter cycle. So we'll be talking about both those events. We'll talk a little bit about the full moon, which just occurred yesterday on the 23rd. This is, of course, Eastern time, so please make the adjustments at 7:49 p.m. Tuesday, the 23rd. And we're also going to be talking about Wednesday, the 1st, fourth quarter, Beltane, and that phase begins at 7:27 in the morning. We're going to be doing both of those charts for you tonight, and as we always do, some spiritual readings as well. Hi, Jojo. Hi, Christine. Hi, Leslie, Cindy. Good evening, Brenda. Hello, Donna. Hello, Sherry. Greetings, all. I can see some of you in some of the comments. Hello, Cynthia and Janet. And how was everyone's weekend? Hi, Donna. Hello. Welcome. And I don't know what platform you're coming in from or what city on the planet you're coming from. So please feel free to share. Hi, Mary. Hi, Joan. Hey, Jan. Okay. I love seeing you too every Wednesday, Candy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming in from Michigan and parts across the globe. I did talk about this last week. I talked about the event that occurred. This is kind of a summary before we get going into the future. On our Saturday evening, that would have been Eastern time, late in the evening, Eastern time, 10:27 p.m., Jupiter conjunct Uranus. It's still in a new phase. Remember, friends, things feel very different in April because we have had so many celestial events. It feels like time might be slow and speeding up at the same time. That's my analysis of it. It's been a very long month, and a very exciting month with a lot of changes. So I think we can catch our breath tomorrow when Mercury stations direct. We've also had Mercury retrograde. But I want to direct your attention to Jupiter Uranus for a moment. So that is in the sign of grounding the material world, our physical bodies, our finances, our resources, our self-worth and value. It's in Taurus, and it unfolds for the next 14 years. I would like to invite you heartily, and I know it's on the entrance way to this web Cosmic Connections, to direct your attention to the Cosmic Intelligence Agency for some articles, for the Time Lord article. I also have a link on my Facebook page. You can go there and read about that, and of course join the CIA to have access to a world of astrology. The reason why I'm emphasizing this for you is because it is a long cycle, and in mere weeks from now, there's going to be another celestial event, and that is Jupiter lovingly called Santa Claus, moves into the sign of Gemini. And I want to remind you that I'll be offering a webinar through the CIA. I'm very excited about this. And I'm in process of pulling that all together, a lot of history. That's going to take place on Friday the 10th. So please mark your calendar now. And I will be having some links for you. If you're on my mailing list, you'll be getting links for the Jupiter ingress into Gemini. Now, this is a year-long event where our minds, our cognition, our networking, our ability to think, our ability to discern the media is going to be blown out of the water. This happens every 12 years. So I would definitely invite you to attend that special webinar through the CIA. It's going to be taking place on Friday evening. So I hope you do join me for that. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the integration of the solar eclipse of the 8th of April. And remember, the integration phase is the full phase, and that's happening right now. Does anyone feel, question of the week, anyone feel more relaxed as of today? Like I had a lot of clients and friends and family members report to me this weekend that people were feeling very antsy or uptight or anxious in the past few days. That often happens right before a full moon. And this particular full moon in Scorpio, it only happens once a year when the moon is full in Scorpio, is a time to balance what you want to keep in your life and what you want to eliminate in your life. So the illumination of the full moon is asking us to eliminate that which is no longer serving us. So that might be something of a revelation that you may be experiencing in the next 2 weeks until we get back into the new cycle of Taurus. So I'm just curious okay, so Linnell's reports, it was sextile her Pluto. All right, wow, a lot of activity here. Okay, the energies have been interesting, no doubt, Linnell. Okay, well, thank you for commenting, Cindy. Yeah, I had a wonderful weekend. I was at Lilydale. I was speaking to the wonderful church there on the grounds. It was great to meet in person. So thank you for watching that, my dear. Hi, Mary Ann. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Rhonda. You do feel better today. Relaxed in your personal world, but not at work. Yeah, there's a lot of probably activity going on with your 6th or your 10th house. Hello, friends. Thank you for joining. Feel free to share as we're talking in real time. Hey, Kathy D. Hello from Florida. What a month indeed, Rhonda. And it was a very difficult weekend for Lynn B. Yeah, me too, Brenda. I'm rather tired of putting a lot of emotional energy out this past month. I will say, for me personally, I had a revelatory breakfast meeting with someone who knew me 50 years ago. Yeah, I'm going to be disclosing my age, right? I was at McMaster's University when I was 17 years of age, and one of my best friends was Nancy, and she lives out in BC, British Columbia. And she and her wonderful husband came into Niagara Falls area, and we met at this charming old-fashioned diner where you could have a complete breakfast for $10. I'm not kidding. Marketplace in Niagara Falls. Go there. Anyway, it was so much fun when you see someone you haven't seen for 50 years and they appear to you just as they were. Well, not just as they were, but I'm a little different too. But you see the soul, you feel the energy, and we had a wonderful, wonderful rapport. So it was really fun. I had a great morning. So hello and blessings to you, Marie from Quebec. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Jody. Hi, Brenda. Hello, Terhi. Okay. Good evening, Jesse. Good evening, everybody from Finland. Lovely. Nice to see you. So let's talk a little astrology. We'll do our spiritual messages as well. Oh, okay. Okay. Don't check your mailbox yet, but soon. I've been a little bit on the I'm in catch-up mode, if you understand, Kay. So check your mailbox within 3 days. She knows what I'm talking about. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Jamie. Great to see you all. So let's take a peek at our charts here. So this is called the full moon integration cycle. And then next Wednesday, the 1st, it's the 4th quarter. And we're going to be talking about all the above. All right. Can she read through the lines here? Yes, I can. I'm sorry, the renderings of the chart is a little blurry, but this is, again, our full moon yesterday. It was at 4 degrees of Scorpio. We always go upwards to the Sabian symbol. The symbol is a massy rocky shore resists the pounding of the waves. So many of you may have had one of those weeks, one of those months when you're just maintaining your toughness, maintaining your rockiness, right? Rocky Balboa. Think of the Rocky series. I don't know. But the idea here is that standing up to relentless, perhaps, demands in your life, activities, other people, emotion is often depicted symbolically by water, right? So if this was a dream nugget, you might think of, the waves crashing against the rocky shore, and the waves would represent tumultuous emotions. But whatever that might mean for you, go to where 4 degrees of Scorpio falls to your chart, and that will shine a light of illumination. What you need to eliminate through the illumination. And because, this is considered, again, the full moon of the Buddha. And the Buddhist teachings are that nothing is permanent, that we have to let go of which in life, our own physical bodies at some point, etc., etc. Scorpio is death and rebirth. Taurus, the sun, is about abundance. So these two energies are juxtapositioned opposite to each other at the full moon that always takes place during the Taurus cycle. All right, so we have some other things too. I kind of attest to this. Neptune is conjunct Mars. Is anyone in a fog out there? Now, my Mars is always in Pisces, so I'm a little bit in a fog sometimes, right? I mean, that's great for mediumship, but in any case, Neptune and Mars are together in the sky in the sign of Pisces, and it's opposing Black Moon Lilith. The energy, the figure, the symbol of getting out of the garden. So some of you might be saying to yourself, I want to get out of here, whatever here is. I want to get out of this job, this home, this weather here in Buffalo, New York, whatever it might mean to you. I want to get out of here. That's normal. And then you want to go, if you can't get out of there, you want to go inside of here. It's a great conjunction for meditation, for prayer, for inner work, as opposed to trying to correct the surrounding situation of things you don't want, right? Okay, there's a healing energy that continues since the solar eclipse. That's Venus and Chiron are together in the sky. And we also have Eris, the chaotic feminine figure. She's also there. So trying to heal and curtail and manage what? Chaos in our lives? Chaos resembling relationships, perhaps? Okay, Jana says she fell in the fog yesterday and today and lethargic. Okay. All right, that makes some sense. Hi, Nadia. Yeah, a little depressed fog. Understood, Carrie. Melissa, hi from Southern California. It's just kind of a strange time frame for us as we're processing all of this information and all this experiential stuff. So don't try to fix the out there, fix the inside with the conjunction of Mars and Neptune. Okay, we also have, and I think this is going to be interesting. You have to make some decisions, friends. Are you wanting to make some decisions, some paperwork, some important matters that relate to the mind, contracts, communications, phones, or computers? You're getting the whisperings of what to do today as Mercury is coming up to the North Node. What path do I want to take in my life? But Mercury makes the station direct tomorrow. And as it makes that station direct at 8:54 and 4:25, we'll have a better grounding in making those cognitive decisions, right? Okay, plus I've talked about this earlier, but I can't say enough about this. Jupiter Uranus conjunction on Saturday. You haven't missed the wave. You can still make your manifestation kinesthetic affirmations of how you want to be grounded within your body. In other words, Uranus has been in Taurus for quite some time, since May 18th of 2018. It has combined its energy with Jupiter, which is Santa Claus, the big guy. So it's expanding our need for solid embodiment in this world, in the environment, with our finances. So we can still work with that energy. It's a long cycle. The next time it arrives with a new conjunction won't be until 2037. I think it's September 4th or something, 14 years from now, in the sign of Cancer. So we are rebuilding our relationship to the real world, as it were, because that's what Taurus is all about. So this full moon is shedding a light. Be aware, we're still in the full phase. Process information that began ideally on the 8th of April. Next week's focus on Wednesday, the 1st of May, Beltane, the Sabian symbol is the progression of consciousness. Let me read the exact symbols. It's a cool one. Okay. People standing on a vast staircase are on different ledges, and they are different people. All of them are going upwards. For those of you who would like to do ascension work, this is what this is suggesting: the ascension of the collective, or from Mark Edmund Jones's book, The Progression of Consciousness. Things are progressing with the group. That is the Sabian symbol next week. And you want to look where 11 degrees of Aquarius falls in your chart. Now, the moon next Wednesday will be very close to the asteroid Psyche. That implies, friends, telepathy, or voices inside your head. All right, so listen to inner guidance in the form of words. Listen to like psalms, or for your own psychic development. Listen to the words beneath the words and meaning for yourself, especially next Wednesday on that cross quarter day, halfway between spring and summer. A lot of people celebrate Beltane with fires and group meetings and meditations and so forth. Venus moves into Taurus by then. It's the rival of beauty, but she's going to be squaring Pluto. And as she squares Pluto, she's going to be reminding all of us that money and love has a potential for power manipulation and control, right? So we want to curtail power manipulation and control wherever you find the Venus squaring our Pluto friend. Mars will be in Aries by next week. Hello, direct assertiveness. Goodbye, wimpy. Goodbye, passive aggressive. You're going to say what you want to say and do what you want to do. And it's a very direct way of communication and asserting yourself. Meanwhile, the sea goddess, Sedna, is going backwards back into Gemini. She'd been in Taurus, back and forth. Now, next week, during this next lunation, she will be in Gemini. Talking about water, right? Well, we have more consciousness. This is a collective situation, right? We'll be hearing more about maybe conservation involving the seas, involving erosion of our shorelines, etc. We'll be talking, or we'll have water on the mind, water on the brain. And she'll also be trining Pluto. So some solutions to the water issues across the planet. More personal stuff, Mars will be trining Pallas. Let's get going with our work. If you're feeling that you've been a little foggy since the eclipse, well, with the Venus, Mars trining Pallas, we're going to be getting going with our work and being a little bit more focused on that. Okay. Oh, Ryan is asking a good question. Oh, Ryan, of course, power manipulation and control was exaggerated during the years of the CV because Pluto and Saturn were in the sign of Capricorn, which is structure. I'm sure you've heard me say this a lot, right? Okay, Ryan. So, but power manipulation and control, Pluto is the holder of that, but it's also transformation. It's also rebirth. It's also death. It's a lot of things. All the planets, all the archetypes are often derived with many, many, many different types of words. Pam, welcome. And Jan, by the way, that full moon is right on your rising sign, right on your physical body. Yeah, Ryan had a desire to get away from society. Oh, that makes sense. 4 degrees of Scorpio is your 12th house. Great time for meditation, Brenda, and reflection, and even napping. You know, napping can be a very spiritual activity. Trust me. I like a good nap. It's true. I've perfected being able to nap almost anywhere, especially when my babies were babies, when my children were babies, you know, just pull over. They're going to be babysat by Nani, my grandmother, who was 80 at the time. And I'd be sitting in her driveway just taking a little snooze. But, you know, napping is a very spiritual activity in my book. All right, let's do some. Oh my, how the time flies. Again, friends, I really want you to circle in big red. No, make that green ink, because I think Jupiter and Gemini, that elicits to me maybe green or blue ink. Anyway, the 10th of May, 8 o'clock, I'll be doing your deep dive into Jupiter in Gemini. And of course, I'll be looking at your charts and looking at ways to analyze the upcoming year by looking backwards to the many cycles of Jupiter and Gemini here at the CIA. All right, so make sure you, I'll be reminding you, you know, with my myriad of emails and reflections on this. Let's do some spiritual work, friends. If you want to partake, then simply say, I would like to get a reading. I'll come to you with my eyes closed. I always do 2, and here we go. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love, light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, I came to the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Well, actually, my thumb, honest to God, came there. My dear friends, check that out. There it is. You can do the next webinar, Jupiter and Gemini. It's right there in the comments. Okay. And thank you, Jojo. What do I do without you? See, I look at the time and then I get nervous. You don't mind staying around for another 5 minutes, right? If we go 5 after 9. Everyone okay with that? Thank you, Jojo. The signs, friends, here they are. I'm going to project this to next week. We've already done the full moon. How are you going to rebuild and integrate and edit plans you made on the 8th of April? Next week, you can do the finishing touches. Remember, when Mercury's been retrograde, some of us have been maybe overwhelmed with trying to get things accomplished. It goes direct tomorrow. Next week is a very productive week for you. So we'll start with Aries. Very productive for Aries next week to make those contacts with your networks, your friends, to make those dates, join associations, join the CIA, join some group that gives you sustenance and fun. All right, so that's for our Aries friends. For Taurus people, next week's a great week to visualize how you want to take the reins in your career, how you want to become more of a leader and more of a contributor to the outer world. Maybe ask for that promotion. I don't know. Or maybe start your own thing. I don't know, Taurus, but it's a great week for your career. Gemini, it's a great time for you to think about traveling, expanding, marketing, writing, publishing, doing whatever it takes to get your words out into the mainstream. Again, I'm doing this for next Wednesday and beyond. Cancer or Cancer rising is a great time, a great week for you to access your inner power, your inner spiritual, emotional, psychological power, and turn around and manage your money. Do whatever it takes to become more long-term secure with your finances. That happens in the United States of America too. We'll see, right? Next week, Leos or Leo risers, this energy is activating your BFFs, your friends, your spouses, your ability to relate with someone intimately on a one-to-one basis. You're going to be rebuilding bridges with the people around you. For Virgo, rebuilding the bridges towards health, really making a commitment to doing the right thing, to accentuate the way you are embodied in your life by great movement and great eating. For our Libra friends or Libra rising, it's a great week to have fun, to have joy, to activate that inner muse of yours. For Scorpio, it's a great time for you to connect with family members, have a deep dive and perhaps doing a deep clean in your home, spring cleaning. I don't know. I always like to clean. Too much Virgo, I guess. But then it gets messy again. So I never catch up. Sagittarius, this next week is activating your mind so you can make some provisions on how you're thinking, what you're saying to yourself, and how you are teaching and writing and or making your schedule more user-friendly for yourself. For Capricorn, it's about abundance, about your self-worth, your value, and making money and creating more wealth in your life. Do what you need to do for that. All eyes are on the Aquarius next week because this lunation is helping you become a lot stronger within your own resolve and in your charisma and in your confidence. Pisces, time to rest, right? You've probably been putting off a lot of energy in the last couple of months. This lunation is a time for you to rest, retreat, do a little bit more meditation or prayer. All right. Thank you, Joanne. And Joanne was right on this, Miss Pisces. All right, dear friends, we'll do our spiritual work right now. And let's realign ourselves. The Holy Spirit, amen. The person I'm coming to is Jenna Brewer. Jenna Brewer, I'm with you. And Jenna, I'm seeing colors with you. I don't know if you do some sort of artwork or you do some form of textile development or something like this, or maybe you're just going to be painting your kitchen, but I'm feeling that you're experimenting with colors in your immediate life right now. I'm getting colors and looking at ways to become more influenced by the colors around you, the colors you wear, something like that. It might be a very mundane little message for you, my dear, but that's what I'm getting for you. Change up the colors, change your mind. Change up the colors, change your mood. Number one. Number two, it also feels that there's a little bit of sadness right here because there's an anniversary date that might be coming up in May. It feels like a loss of a mom. I don't know if it's her birthday or an anniversary that's coming up. My suggestion to you is to maybe do something symbolic or ritualistic for whomever this person is. I'm not saying it's definitely a mom, but to do something grounded or embodied to mark your own emotions regarding this loved one who has passed, or maybe you've just been thinking about them. I'm also getting I don't know if you have a young man in your life, whether it be a son or a nephew, somewhere in the late teens, early 20s. And the message is he's going to really find his way and move forward in his life. And I'll leave that with many blessings to you, Jenna. It's going to be a good thing because there's been some concern about this individual. Okay, the next up is Cindy Claire. Cindy Claire, as I'm tuning into your energy, my dear, I'm getting all these like crafty things with everyone tonight. It's almost like I'm seeing you. Do you make jewelry, Cindy? I don't know, or do you fix jewelry? I'm seeing you doing very intricate work with your fingers and going through jewelry and maybe making some other jewelry from old jewelry. Like you might have, sometimes we get jewelry from people who've passed. We get a jewelry box full of maybe costume jewelry and we want to redo it. That's the first message I have for you, Cindy, that there's a sense that you want to have some intricate work with jewelry. Okay, and it's from someone else's jewelry that you're kind of remaking or remolding. That's number one. Number two, there may be an older gentleman in your life. This could be a great uncle, a father, a grandfather. He's older and he's very vital. He's very alive. He's, a super senior. That he's alive, but you're more concerned about him because you may see some diminishment. Do whatever it takes to see him as often as possible because he is one of those treasures in your circle, Cindy. And I don't see anything. I wouldn't see anything negative anyway. I don't ever read that way, but it feels like we're here, the spring, summer's coming up. Make as much time as possible to spend as much time with this icon of vitality and this super senior, this elderly man who's got, I want to sit up strong as I'm connecting with his energy, and he's funny and he's very wise and very, very strong in your heart. And I'll leave that message with you, my dear. Okay. With a lot of love and light. All right, friends, thank you for being a part of the Cosmic Connections. Again, a couple little, I want to mention this. If you are in the Western New York area, please come to Divine Grace Fellowship. It is on Sunday at 6:15 at the Amherst Community Church. It's very easily accessible if you are in the area. I invite you all. I call it like Star Church. We talk about Taurus this week, and we'll be doing spiritual messages. And of course, it's a donation. It's free. It's one of my service. I do this service for you once a month. So I hope you can make it. Next week, Wednesday, I might not be live with you, but I'll probably also just post a video for Cosmic Connections, but I won't be live because I must be affected by that Neptune-Mars thing. I want to get out of here. I'm going to take a short little trip with a family member, and so I won't be having reliable internet, shall we say. But in any case, big hugs and blessings and love to you all. Enjoy the integration of the full moon and the rebuilding of the last quarter next Wednesday. And I hope to see you at Divine Grace Fellowship. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks.